Today, in today's video, we're going to be examining how or what's the biggest 2008 style um, blowout that the Dems can do in 2028. So basically, we're seeing what if there is a blue landslide in 2028. In the same way Obama was able to have a blue landslide in 2008. And also, the voter margins are similar. As in 2004, the Democrats got 48% of the national vote. In 2024, Democrats got 48% of the national vote. And then in 2008, Democrats gained 5% of the national vote and electorally explode, going from 252 electoral votes to 365. And then in 24, we had 226 electoral votes. So we're going to be seeing um, just what a semi-realistic blue landslide would look like. Now, I also have extremely weak Republican candidates in this scenario. Now, in 2008, I don't think John McCain was a weak Republican candidate. He didn't run the best campaign, but he wasn't necessarily a weak candidate. And out of all of the candidates, I think he was the closest. He was probably the best candidate to win 2008. Now, uh, now in my scenario, I believe someone like Pete Hegseth, who honestly isn't even interested in running, probably, and RFK Jr. as the Republican nominees, just because I want to have a little fun with this and see um what we can do the most. Now, I wonder, do they have a shift? I swear they used to have a. Mm. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Now we're gonna go ahead and do our safe states, which honestly, let's see what it would have to be here. Let's just assume that safe states for Republicans in this scenario would have to maybe be what Trump got by 20 points. So let's see. So Louisiana would be safe, Mississippi would be safe, Alabama be safe, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kentucky, in West Virginia. And honestly, I could see Tennessee possibly not being safe and there being low turnout in a place like Tennessee, especially with Memphis in Tennessee. Could see maybe a lot of Rand Paul supporters who Rand Paul is likely to run in 28. Let's say, yeah, Rand Paul's probably likely to run in 28, and I think someone like him could, or someone like him could tell his supporters just to stay home just because he doesn't really see um, Hegseth being the best president. Now for Dems, we're going to. Now for Dems, a safe state in this scenario would have probably only have to be within a 6 point margin of 2024. So let me. There we go. So I do believe California, Oregon, Washington, Hawaii, New Mexico, Colorado, Illinois, Minnesota, New York, all most of the New England states besides this district up here, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, DC, Virginia, and then that's probably all the safe states for Dems in this scenario. Actually, how close was this district? Probably not. So now let's go over to our likelies, where honestly I don't think Pete Hegseth, and so let's redo our safe states. Let's reset that back to 10. Or, yeah, just reset it. But this time for likelies, it's probably going to have to be within. Oh my goodness. This website is so hard to. It's probably going to have to be within, like. Nope, nope. Oh my goodness, y'all. JJ Maps, if someone that works on your team is watching this video, please make it easier to fix this stuff. Oh my gosh. Likely would probably have to be within a 9, we'll say 10% margin as of Donald Trump's winnings in 2024. So likely is probably Texas not, because I do think this was a big jump from 24, so I don't see Texas being likely. State I could possibly see. Honestly, I don't know if there's any likelies. The only likely I think would be Maine second. And then, because even in 2020, it still voted for Trump by 7 points, so I could definitely see Maine second being a likely. But for Dems, this is where I think they'll pick up this district of Nebraska, actually Montana maybe. Yes, Montana I do expect to be likely in this scenario. Kansas possibly. And we'll go ahead and say Missouri too. Indiana. But Indiana's Republican governor has recently seen um, a collapse in his approval rating, so I could see Indiana being marked down to that 5% margin. We do have to remember in 2008, look, Indiana went 20 points to Bush in 2004, then in 2008, Obama won it. Missouri went to Bush by 7, and then McCain only won it by 0.13. Obama won Iowa by 9.5 points. Before that, Bush won it by barely a point. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy to see 9 point shifts in certain areas. Do believe Tennessee would be likely in this scenario. And then South Carolina, I also expect to be likely in this scenario. After this, I do believe Texas would, or let me go ahead and do Iowa. I do think Iowa would probably be within that 5 point range. Alaska's likely. Now we're down to our last few states where I believe the Democrats could possibly sweep. Now, I do expect Josh Shapiro to help Ro Khanna and probably take Pennsylvania by. What was the swing state in 2004? Not Tennessee, but like Ohio, probably. Ohio went from 2.1 to 4 points, so I could definitely see Josh Shapiro helping Pennsylvania be within a 6 point margin, possibly. And then with popular Governor Gretchen Whitmer helping, I could see Michigan being within a 3.5 point margin, and Wisconsin probably being the weakest state out of all of this. After this, I do expect North Carolina with Roy Cooper polling to be within that 4 point margin, same as Roy Cooper is polling right now. Do expect Georgia to get up there as they also have John Ossoff and Ralph Warnock, Democratic senators. So I could definitely see Georgia getting up into that 3 point margin in this scenario. Ohio, I do think would be close. Let's see what we would have. I mean, Ohio did go 11 points to Trump, 8 points in 2020, 8.1. Last time it went blue was in 2012. We go to the Senate, though. I believe in 2018, though, Ohio did vote for Dem, so I do think Ohio definitely could go blue. It's in the cards. I do expect Arizona and Nevada to also both go blue. Arizona probably being the closest swing state. I do expect Texas to be within, to be close, fairly close, just because of how high voter turnout would probably be in Texas. And I do believe a blue Texas senator could win Texas in this scenario, but I do think Republicans keep it on a national level. With Ron DeSantis out of office, I do believe uh, Florida could possibly begin to lose popularity as, or the Republicans could begin to lose popularity in Florida, but I still think Florida is relatively close. Republicans hold, but I do see possibly a state like Ohio flipping in this scenario. I could 100% see Florida flipping too. Or I could see Florida staying, Ohio staying, and then Ro Khanna and Josh Shapiro being able to take Texas, maybe, the Lone Star State. But I honestly see a place like Ohio possibly flipping in this wild scenario. Just to be clear, this is not a realistic scenario. Yes, what I think the highest margin of victory is the ceiling for Democrats will be. I will be making a similar video like this for the Republicans too. Anyway, thank you all for watching and peace out.